Listen, I know you're tired of watching a bunch of tutorials. Overcomplicate things. This is the only video you're gonna need. I'm gonna break down the entire Shopify chatbot experience so that you can stop worrying about replying to every single customer that messages you in the middle of the night. Let's talk about what I'm gonna cover in this video. This video is mostly gonna be a screen share video. In this video, I'm gonna install Tidio on Shopify and activate the widget. I'm gonna turn on Lyro and explain what it is. I'm gonna show you how to feed Lyro knowledge with Q&As, URLs, and CSVs. I'll demonstrate Lyro's actions with a discount code example. I'm going to review unanswered questions in the suggestions panel. And then we're going to set up guidance rules for Lyro so it knows how to behave. We're going to configure Handoff so Lyro knows when to send chats to a human. And we're going to connect Shopify products to show Lyro's recommending items. Finally, we're going to show Copilot assisting agents with Smart Reply. So to do that, let's first head over to my screen. Okay, so we're on my screen, and what we're going to do is we're first going to go and install the Tidio app. So the way you do that is if you go to your search at the top here, and you go to apps, and at the bottom, it's going to go app and sales channel settings. That is going to take us over to the apps in your store, and then we can click on the button in the top right-hand corner and it says Shopify apps. All right, now that's going to take us to the Shopify App Store, and we're going to go and need to search for the Tidio app. So go to Tidio, and we're going to search it, and it will show you the best match at the top, or it may show you some additional apps down below. This is the one you're looking for, Tidio Live Chat and AI Chatbot. We're going to hit open. If you haven't installed it, it'll ask you to give permissions to your store. Click the install button, and that will let you in. The next thing it's going to do, it's going to ask you to create a free account. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and create a free account, agree to terms and conditions, and get started. Now it's going to load the app into your Shopify and begin the integration. Okay, first we need to give the chatbot a name. So So you want to give your chatbot a name that works as an agent. I'm going to go with Chloe, okay? And Chloe is going to be working in customer support. Then we're going to say, where did we hit about Tidio? We learned about it on YouTube. And what is this channel name? So we're going to call this passive aggressive shop. Great. Hit the next. You can decide if you're an e-commerce store, your company's industry. So let's go and pick beauty and personal care. How many customer conversations do you think you'll have per month? Up to 200. How many visitors do you attract each month? Let's go up to 1,000. How many customer support agents do you currently have set up? It's just me. And the main goal that we're going to use this for is automating support with an AI agent. It's going to ask how you'd like to interact with your customers, and I'm going to go website via live chat. Okay, great. So now that we've entered, we've got our first display that comes up. We can turn on notifications if we want our browser to send us notifications when we're browsing and working on other stuff so that we can jump directly over to Tidio. I would highly recommend you activate these notifications. Now we can get started with our trial. Now that we have an account set up, now what we want to do is let's go and configure the widget on our Shopify store before we get into how we configure the agent itself. So if we go back over to Shopify, we'll go back over the Shopify store, we'll refresh our app page here, and we'll now see that we have Tidio Live Chat and Chatbots. It's ready to go, and if we have open app, it will take us back over to the dashboard that we use to log in, our control panel, as it will. All of Tidio stuff works inside an external control panel. So now we need to add the app itself to our online store. So the way we do that is we go to online store and we go to customize theme. And when it loads up, we're going to click on app embeds on, let's see if I can zoom in here for you guys here. App embeds on the left-hand side. We're going to go turn that on, and then we're going to turn on the chat widget. Once the chat widget has been turned on, you're going to see it show up in the bottom right-hand corner, and now you can have people start chatting with us. So we're going to hit save. And once that thing reloads there, they can click on it and chat with it. Now, you probably are not going to be able to use it inside the customizer. So we're going to go to the actual store, and we're going to view it live on the store. We're going to hide this bar. And we can start chatting right here. So now the chatbot is set up and ready to go. So that's how we get the widget installed on our site really quickly. How long did that take us? Maybe 5 minutes. The next thing we need to do is we need to go into Tidio and we need to go and set up the AI bot so that it works properly for our organization. So we're going to head back over to the Tidio control panel. And we're going to go over the left and we're going to go to Lyro Chatbots. So now we need to set up Lyro. Lyro is the AI agent that is going to be used in order to answer a lot of our questions. So we're going to go set up Lyro. Okay. Lyro is learning from your website. So what it's going to do is it's going to go scrape your website. It's going to pull in all of the data that you have, and then it's going to use that as its data source for answering questions. So we hit let's go. Okay, so it is going to go and scan our website. It's going to go through all of our pages, our blogs, our products, all of that sort of stuff from an external point of view to make sure that we have all of the right information. And this is really important because you want the chatbot to be able to answer questions that you've already answered once or twice on your website. Okay, once that's done, you're going to get a message that comes up that shows that Lyro is now active, and it will start using data from your site to answer questions. Okay, so we've got that now all set up. Now what we need to do is we need to add some data sources. So data sources are places that it's going to start getting information from that it will use to answer questions. So if you have a help document, say you have a document that you've written out, this is how you answer this question, this is how you answer this question, you can go and upload it by hitting the add button, and then you can go and import it from a CSV. So you can go and grab your CSV, drag it in here, and it will import and use all of the information it has in there. Now, one of the other great handy things is you can also use Zendesk articles. So if you're using Zendesk as a support system, you can use Zendesk articles in order to add it in here. Now, if we want, we can go and add them manually. So if this is the first time you're thinking about adding support questions to your website, this might be a good time to go and start building out that knowledge base that you have. So let's first add in here, where does my packages ship from? Then we can say all fulfillment happens from Vancouver, British Columbia. Save and close. Great. We have now added a manual question into the data source, which it will now incorporate into when we are chatting. So we can go and actually see this in action. So if we go back over the website that we have here and we refresh this page, we can say, where do packages ship from? It's going to ask us to introduce ourselves, so we're going to have to put our email in here. So I'm going to go and do that. And then it's going to start thinking through its LLM or its database. It comes back, all packages are shipped from Vancouver, British Columbia, to answer the question. So we can see how quickly we were able to go in, add in a question that we needed answered, and have the Copilot integrated with our existing site. Now, the next thing we're going to go and do is we're going to use some of the AI agent to offer new customers a discount code when they come to the site. So the way we go and do this is on the left-hand side, you'll notice that there are these icons here, and one of them is called flows. So we're going to go into flows, and then we're going to go to my flows, and we're going to add one from a template. Now, Tidio makes this very, very easy for you to go and get flows that have already been created for you. So you don't have to start from scratch. So the one that we're going to go and use is we're going to go discounts for new visitors. So we'll hit learn more. and we're going to say we are going to use this template. Now, if we look at this template, first it's going to only work on their first visit. It's going to increase the conversion rate. It's going to provide a discount code to that person. It's going to collect their email address. It's going to have them subscribe to the newsletter, and it's a better solution than having a pop-up. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate this type of ways of collecting email addresses rather than a pop-up that comes up in the middle of your page, which you can't ever, get beyond because you're always clicking to close this. This is now in the corner. People can engage with it where it needs to be, and it works a lot better. So we're gonna hit use this template, and then it's gonna ask us to kind of configure some of this. So it's gonna give you boilerplate stuff starting off. So hi there, nice to see you. We have a 10% promo code for new customers. Would you like to get one now? That sounds like a pretty great place to start. Then here is your discount code for shopping. So we can go and create a discount code. You can go and check out my video on how to create discount codes if you wanna know how to do that. But I'm gonna go first time is the discount code we're gonna use for new people. We'll save that. The coupon code is going to be new customer, and how much customize the coupon code message, and how it will add the coupon code directly from the dashboard. So we're going to go this, we'll call it new customer, and we can decide what the percentage is that we want to put in there. So then we'll hit save. Great. So now it's going to automatically sync with your Shopify store. It's going to create a new coupon code called new customer. It's going to give the customer a percentage of 10% off. And as soon as we hit activate, it's going to go and add that in there. So now when someone comes to your store, okay, so they are going to get, the first time visitor, they are going to get a hello message. Well, so let's go there and reload this. Now, might be not because I'm not a first-time user. That's feedback. Okay. I am going to load this up in an incognito browser so that we can see what it looks like as a first-time user. So in order to do that, I go to Store, I right-click on Preview. Nope, sorry. I'm going to go here. I'm going to copy this link address. I'm going to go to a new incognito browser. I'm going to paste it here. And now when we get here, it sees us as a new user. So the first thing it asks you is, nice to see you. We have a 10% discount code. Would you like to get it? You hit yes. And now I can enter in my email address and they will send it to me. So if I go and enter in my email address here, let's do Jody+1 at sunbowl.ca. Great. I can copy it, and now I have a discount code that I can use at checkout. If I go and add this to my cart, let's close this chat, add this to my cart. I go to my cart to checkout. I hit checkout. And I can add in the discount code and apply it, and I'll see that I get my 5% off. So works really easy, super easy to go and set up. Not a big lift at all. All right, now let's go back over to Tidio. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to do smart actions that are super easy to set up. So one of my favorite ways to integrate two systems together is with Zapier. Now, Tidio has a bunch of built-in integrations that will connect directly natively without having to go through a third party, but we're gonna use Zapier in this example just to show you how it all works. So on the left-hand side, if you go down to the bottom and you go to the 9 boxes, kind of looks like a Sudoku square, you'll see in here they have Zapier, and you can hit learn more. And what this will allow you to do is you'll have allowed to have a trigger that happens inside of Zapier. So say someone does something, then you can ask a question, it will follow through, and then it will send it to Zapier. So say, for example, if you have a automation where you want to email somebody something specific. So if they're asking for like instructions on how to use something, or maybe you have a user manual that you want to send to them, you can use Zapier to deliver the email message, and then you can use the chatbot in order to trigger it. And so once you go and build your flow, you can choose your trigger. So you can have a trigger for someone visits the site, they can, the mouse leaves the window, the Shopify adds to cart on certain days, all sorts of different things. So if we go, if visitor says, right, and they ask a question, and then the question they're looking for is, where do I find the operation manual? Okay, so you have a product that has an operation manual. Cool. So now that they've done that, then what I can do is I can go into actions and I can go and trigger off an action. So triggers or actions, sorry, we're going to go in here and we're going to go send to Zapier. So if we look here, we have this option here, which is send to Zapier. We're going to go and add that to our flow, our no code. Oops, let's zoom in over here. Oh goodness, oh goodness, oh goodness, oh goodness. There we go. No code. Sometimes these things are really... How do I recenter? There we go. Okay, so actions. We're going to go down to send to Zapier. We're going to connect it from that answer question. And then when it goes to Zapier, then we can take the integration and you can give it a name. So we're going to give the Zap a name. So this is send instruction manual. Okay. Then we need to log into Zapier and we have to connect it with our API key. So I'm going to go and do that. So once we're in Zapier, we're going to need to go and connect it to that particular application. So if we go to app connections, we can add a new connection and we can search for the app. We can go and look for Tidio. Okay, we're going to hit add connection. And then it's going to ask us for the API key. So we're going to put that integration key in. And now what it's going to do is it's going to connect Tidio to Zapier. So what this will allow us to do is actions that happen in Tidio, we can then pass those off to Zapier, and then Zapier can take it and then go and do something with it. So if we wanted to make a simple zap, right? So we're going to go and create a simple zap here, new zap. And we're going to go, the trigger is going to be Tidio. Great. The event is going to be contact sent from bot. We're going to select our account. Once we have our account selected, let's just select our account here. Continue. You'll be able to select the Zapier node because we messaged where we set it on the previous page, and then we're going to hit continue. We're going to test the trigger. We've got a sample data that's come in, and then we can go and build something from here. So say we wanted to go and send an email. This will be the easiest one for us to do. So we're going to go and send an outbound email. We can go and enter in the information that comes from the contact bot, so it knows the email of the person it's talking to. We can go, we can put in here instruction manual, and then we could either add an attachment. So if we had a PDF, we could attach it to it, go through, connect that, and finish it. I'm not going to go deep into a Zapier integration in this, but I just wanted to show you this is how you get it over to Zapier, and you can go from there. So now when someone goes and asks, where do I get, we can change the language here, it's in English. When someone asks the question, where do I find the operation manual? We can push that to Zapier. Zapier will take it and it will email it directly to them, making the customer service really, really easy. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is what if someone asks a question that is not in your corpus of information? Maybe they've asked something that is important, but it's not something you thought about beforehand. So if you were in your store and I went and asked this question, why do you sell so many strange things? Lyro is going to come back and it's going to say, I'm afraid I don't have that information available to you. You can talk to a person and then we will go through the routing to the handoff in a moment. But the thing that I want to talk about is maybe they did ask a question that you hadn't yet decided that is going to be something that you want to add. So if you go into the Lyro AI agent, and on the left-hand side, there's going to be suggestions. So we go into suggestions, and it's going to give you a list of questions that you need to have answers for, or basically give answers for. So you can go through this once or twice a week to make sure that all of the answers that people are continually asking are getting answered. Really, really nice feature. And when you go and do this, it automatically creates an answer area where you can go and answer the question. So the question now is, what do you answer to it? And we're going to put an answer in here. Because it's a store of things we like. And things we like aren't always the same. And then we save that to Q&A. And when we've gone and done that, if you remember from before, when we were giving it our knowledge, so if we go into our knowledge settings here, let's go into our knowledge. Under data sources, it's automatically added in the question in there. So as your store gets new questions and new things happen, you can quickly add them into your Lyro AI agent so it has the answers for those particular things. All right, now let's talk about guidance. So guidance allows you to put up a couple of guardrails for your AI agent. This is just to add either some more personality, change its tone, or remove some of like the friendliness of the AI bot. So I'm going to show you the settings that are available on a free plan. Those settings are more if you're on one of their paid plans, but in this particular demo, I'm only going to show you stuff that you have access to right out of the gate. So if we go over to the AI bot and we go to this configure button in the bottom left-hand corner, it's going to bring us over to the configure. Now you can go to guidance, which in all fairness is still in beta. So there are new things coming all the time to this. So the first thing that we're going to go and do is we can turn on our basic answers personalization. We can either use emojis or not use emojis, and we can use read more links or not use read more links. Now, the next thing we can do is we can change the conversation style. So if we go into the style, we either have neutral, friendly, or formal. And these different types are the ways that you can set the AI bot to answer questions in a way that works for you. Now, if you want to go and customize it, it's not available on your basic plans, but on the higher plans, yes, you can go in and you can customize the instructions on the way you want them to talk to your client, which really gives it that personalized feeling. Now, say you get to a point where you don't want the AI bot to handle everything. You want to actually have a human involved. That's where Handoff comes in. So we're going to go over to our AI bot and we're going to go to configuration, and then we're going to go to Handoff. And so Handoff allows you to transfer it to a live agent. So Lyro will handle most of the incoming questions that are coming in right away. And when you're ready, then it can go and hand it off to an agent. Now, it will only do this when agents are online. So if they're online, you can keep the conversation going in Lyro and it won't transfer to an agent, or you can transfer it to a live agent after they've made the introductions. If they're offline, you can have it go and create a ticket. So you want to go and create a ticket that someone will follow back up with them and go from there. Now, you can change the language around like what it's going to say when it hands off between the people. So you have your transfer conversation when agents are online. So let me transfer you to another agent right now and let them get right to you. You can transfer it when they're offline, so you can change the language of what they say when they're offline. You can keep the conversation going, so it's going to say, I'm going to connect you with this other person. Please introduce yourself. And then when they're online, the same type of thing. Finally, there's an option to let the customer know that you're going to be creating them a ticket and they can follow up by email. Now, if you have agents that are in different parts of the world, which can happen, you can create an audience. And this audience will allow you to hand off the customers who are located in specific places. So if a customer is located in, say, Canada, we can go and say Canada, we can send them to a Canadian-specific agent rather than sending them somewhere else. So now you can localize where you're sending your people to your agents right through your AI bot. Super powerful feature. Okay, I totally buried the lead in this one when it comes to the Shopify integration. We have gone and configured Tidio, and this actually all works without even having a Shopify integration. But what we want to do now is we want to go and configure the Shopify integration. So if we go to our integrations and we go to Shopify, we can see that it's now installed and it is connected. What this is going to do is it's going to pull in all of your products into the product database, which means when we go and ask it to recommend specific products, it can go and do that. Now, one of the things with LLMs is they have to go and learn all of your information. So it doesn't make it particularly great for doing instant demos. However, I'm going to show you the demo of the product recommendation engine. And right now, it is pulling from my store and it's learning all about my products. But if we go to products, you can see on the LLM database that it is currently in progress using the products that it's pulled in from Shopify. And what's really great about this is that when you get to a point where they're are integrated and someone asks about a specific product, it is going to recommend the product for them and it's going to give them a link to it. This is a super, super powerful feature. So if you've got a product, if you've got a catalog that has lots and lots and lots of products in it, and it's really hard to discover things, people can ask the AI bot which product it recommends, and it can pull directly from your store and go give it directly to increasing your average order value, your time to checkout, as well as making the user experience really, really awesome. And this is specifically for Shopify. So connect your products, let it go through, and then give it a try yourself. Give it a test, and let me know in the comments whether or not it worked out well for you. Now, I didn't mention earlier, we're going to talk about Copilot. Copilot is a little bit different than Lyro. What Copilot is going to do is it's going to scan your emails, and then when it comes time for your support agents to go and respond back to a message that's come in, it's going to automatically fill that in for you. So you may have seen this in other apps with the autofill. Well, that is what Copilot is going to go and do. It's going to read through your products, or it's going to read through your messages. It's going to look at your product database, and it's going to pull everything together. So when you have an email where someone is looking to get an answer from a particular product, or they're looking for maybe some shipping options, the Copilot is going to go and grab that information, populate the message for you so that you just have to review it, make the necessary changes, and then hit send. This makes things way easier and makes it easier for you to manage a bunch of different notifications that are happening when you get really busy. And that's how easy it is to set up Tidio on your Shopify store. With live chat, AI chatbots, and automations, you're never going to miss a customer again. And you're actually going to boost your sales at the same time. If you want to try it out free for yourself, just check out the link in the description or the pinned comment. And you can get started with Tidio completely free today. And if you want me to personally show you how to optimize your store and unblock hidden revenue, head over to my community, expertbymonday.com/community, where you can connect directly with me and get the answers you're looking for. If you found this tutorial at all helpful, please make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe for more Shopify guides every week, and I will see you in the next one.